Hey, how's it going, everyone? So the setup has changed a bit since the last video, like this, where I'm sort of like full screened. And last time I was standing, but this time I'm sitting down because you guys gave me some feedback. You know, I did my first video ever like this, and yeah, you guys said I did well for the first time and you wouldn't mind seeing more, and you gave me some good feedback, so thank you so much for that. But the main bit of feedback I took into consideration was what my friend Max gave me. He said you should be sitting down maybe, and I sort of put like a NIDUB spin on it, where I've got like, you know, screens in the background and some things related to the video, and that's like everything I own that's related to Pokemon, plushie wise or whatever. Most of it was given to me. I don't really buy plushies. The only plushies I bought was this knitted Poplio right here, which looks like he's in desperate need of some help. He won't stand on his own 2 feet. He sort of just falls over, so I'll just leave him there. But yeah, enough rambling out of the way. I've tried a few times to record this video. This is basically a Pokemon tag that I'm creating myself. There's been a few Pokemon tags created. I think I've participated in one, maybe two. But yeah, this tag I'm creating is a I don't know what to call it. I'm just gonna say what would your team be if you were a Pokemon trainer or something? I'm not entirely sure. So basically, the inspiration from this video came from some artwork I commissioned from a friend, Shiny Drowsy, on Twitter. If you want to go follow him, it's Shiny Drowsy. I commissioned them to draw me and 6 Pokemon together, and he did an awesome job, and I was like, where could I use this artwork? And I had the idea of making a video talking about which 6 Pokemon I would have on my team if I was a Pokemon trainer, like in the games and stuff. And I was like, I guess I could make that into a tag video. I asked a few friends, Tricky Wee, Shelby, Whoopsar, both said they would do it. Or at least Whoopsar said he would do it. He told me to specifically tag him. So I was like, okay, I'll figure out what I'm doing with it. And I guess I came up with 4 questions to ask yourself. You don't have to be a YouTuber to do this tag. It's just a scheme, to be honest, you know. I just want everyone to do this tag so they can refer to me as the creator of this tag and get everyone to come to my channel and subscribe to give me more YouTube revenue and shit. But yeah, this isn't like, oh, if you were a gym leader, what team would you have? Because gym leaders obviously tend to have, you know, like monotype teams, and you know, if you're just you can be a gym leader if you want. I know my flatmate Luke would most likely want to be a mono electric trainer, so he can just make it easy and be like, okay, I'll be a mono electric trainer that is an Elite 4 member or a gym leader. But me personally, I wouldn't really be about that. Another thing is you could just pick your 6 favorite Pokemon, but for me, again, I'm not doing that. With the 6 Pokemon I've chosen, I'm sort of just choosing Pokemon I like, if that makes sense. They're not like my top 6 favorite Pokemon. You know, if I made a top 6 favorite Pokemon, the 6 on my team wouldn't be like, you know, the exact 6 in the top 10 you'd see. So I'm gonna stop dilly-dallying. Hopefully the idea of it makes sense. Feel free to participate by making a video, by making a tweet to me, by commenting, whatever you like. I'm just honestly interested in seeing, you know, what everyone's teams would be. Because another thing was that Joe Merrick today, he just tweeted out saying, oh, these are my top 7 favorite Pokemon, and it honestly kind of surprised me what 7 of his favorite Pokemon were. If you don't know who Joe Merrick is, he's the owner of Cerebi basically, and he runs the whole website and everything. And he tweeted out his top 7 favorite Pokemon, and both of us like Shaman Sky, so that's something I learned that I didn't know, and it's honestly cool. But bear in mind, again, this isn't just your top 6 favorite Pokemon. This is just Pokemon you think that would maybe work well together, or just Pokemon you like. Because I'm just gonna guess now, if I tag Birdkeeper Toby and he makes a video talking about this, he just might go with the whole flying type route or bird route for Pokemon that he uses on his team. Anyway, okay, let's get into the questions. So the first question is, what trainer class would you be? Now, personally, I think I'd be the Thug. I will leave a Bulbapedia link down in the description if you want to go check out some of the different trainer classes that exist, so you can sort of identify which one suits you the most. But I think this team of Pokemon I'm going with is more suited to my online persona, because the Pokemon that are in the team are on my team for reasons to do with my YouTube channel, more so than just they're like my favorites, you know? So now that we know which trainer class we are, how many Pokemon would you have in your team? Because, like, you know, what happens if you want to be just a youngster Joey and you just want to be the trainer at the beginning of the game? You want to be the first person they battle at the beginning of the game, and you like, I only want 2 Pokemon. You don't have to have a full team of 6 if that's not really what you're going for. I personally am going to be having 6, but you can have less if you want. Question is, why did you choose that number of Pokemon? Straightforward. I just want a team of 6. You know, but if you choose less and your reasoning is because you'd want to be a gym leader, but an early on gym leader or something, like, oh, I chose 3 Pokemon because I'm the 3rd gym leader, then that's your reasoning. And the last question is, which Pokemon did you choose for your teams and why? So this is sort of like the main part of the video, if that makes sense. Which Pokemon did I choose for my team? So the first Pokemon on my team, of course, is going to be Scrafty. Reasoning, he's just been with me for coming up to 4 actually. Even if there's a time period where Scrafty like isn't my favorite Pokemon, like right now my favorite Pokemon is Salandit, you know, Scrafty's still gonna be a part of everything I have. Like, I've rebranded my channel currently to where Scrafty and Salandit are together. A lot of you guys have drawn me fan art with Scrafty and Salandit together. I even got a character of myself commissioned for Pokemon Sun and Moon with Scrafty and Salandit by my side. So when I was making all the jokes about how Scrafty was no longer my mascot and Salandit would be, they were jokes. Scrafty's always gonna be my mascot, but I fucking love Salandit too. Salandit's cool. Scrafty's always gonna be my #1 choice no matter what, even if at that time he isn't my favorite Pokemon. A lot of people associate me with Scrafty now for, you know, obvious reasons. Enough of that though. The second Pokemon I would have on my team would be Shaman Sky. Now, if you're not a legendary person, you don't believe in playing with legendaries, that's completely understandable, but me personally, you know, if I got given the opportunity to be a part of a, you know, inside of a game, you know, if I got given the opportunity to have full customization, I'd put Shaman Sky on my team just because Shaman Sky is probably my favorite Pokemon. Besides Scrafty, of course, Shaman Sky is probably my favorite Pokemon. It's like one of the few Pokemon I have a plushie of is Shaman Sky. The reason, I don't really know why. I don't know. I'm a big fan of small Pokemon that can, you know, pack a punch. I actually got a comment on Instagram asking me why Scrafty was so small next to me in that Sun and Moon commission I got, and it's because Scrafty's fucking tiny. He's like 3'7". Scrafty's probably one of the taller Pokemon I like a lot. I've just always been drawn more to small Pokemon, and for anyone that didn't know, grass is my favorite type. So Shaman being a grass type legendary Pokemon that I like a lot, just design wise, and being small and powerful because it's an Ubers. I just love the guy. Speaking of Ubers, my next Pokemon I would have on my team is Mega Mawile. I always liked regular Mawile, but it would never be considered my top 10, maybe top 50 favorite Pokemon, regular Mawile. But as soon as Mega Mawile came out, my love for it just, I feel like when it comes to your favorite Pokemon, you can just never really think of a good reason for why it is loved by you so much. It's just hard. You know, you can just say like, oh, I like its design and or whatever, but I don't know. When it comes to Pokemon, Mega Mawile really fits my playstyle. I really like bulky priority users quite a lot, and Mawile is both of those. It's got a really great typing, being a fairy steel type, and its ability is fucking insane. Who thought giving Mawile huge power was a good idea? I mean, it was, but it is very strong. I just really like how feminine it is too. It's a really feminish looking Pokemon, and it packs a fucking punch. You know, it breaks the stereotype that, you know, feminine sort of looking Pokemon are weaker, I guess, or just anything feminine, you know, the whole, you know, females are not as strong as male stereotype. If you count the huge power boost it gets as like an actual stat, Mega Mawile has the highest attack stat in the game just naturally, which I fucking love it. When I was making this, you know, team of 6 or whatever, you know, I took into consideration 3 other favorite Megas of mine, being Sableye, Lopunny, and Banette. All 3 of those are probably in my top 15 favorite Pokemon. So, you know, I had to obviously break it down to, you know, which one Mega I would have in my team, and Mega Mawile, hands down. After that though, we're gonna get into the more, I guess, jokey. They're not really jokey, they're just not so powerful Pokemon. These guys would just be on my team just because I actually fucking like them a lot. Let's start off with Plusle. This one's a bit harder to explain. I don't, no idea. I always like Plusle more than Minun. When I was playing Pokemon Ranger for the first time, I remember I chose the female character. Well, originally I chose the male character, but I restarted my game after learning that the female character got Plusle, because I was like, wow, I like Plusle a lot more. So, you know, I don't know, I think my love from Plusle just grew from there, because Plusle is just, it's the best Pikachu clone, or whatever you want to call it. That's not factual, it's just my favorite Pikachu clone. I think I always just liked the concept of like the whole duo. It had like the plus sign, the minus sign. I almost wanted them to include like a multiplying sign and a divide sign, you know, that were like green and purple. But yeah, this one's honestly the hardest one to explain. It's just such a cute little mon, and you know, my trainer class is a street thug, and they've got them on their back or whatever the fuck, so I guess it fits me. This is the one you've probably all been waiting for, Ducklet. Now Ducklet's on my team more so just because he sort of became a big, I guess a big joke on my channel, a meme if you want to call that, I don't fucking know. It's sort of like an inside joke with me and my viewers. For those of you that don't watch my free-for-alls, then you probably have no idea what Ducklet is about, but I think viewers just thought it was hilarious that there was this this duck Pokemon putting in so much work. This small water bird, Ducklet. It's not a very powerful Pokemon, but it got a few kills in a free-for-all once and everyone fucking loved it. Everyone wanted the Ducklet set, which I said if a video hit 2,000 likes I would stream it, which I still have to do. I'm sorry, I've just got a lot to do. Like, after I record this, I'm actually about to go fucking bulk record a bunch of videos because I'm going to London in less than 24 hours, so when I find time I will give away those Ducklets, don't worry. Getting back on track though, I personally, I've grown to like Ducklet because of you guys. You know, that's why earlier in the video I said this video is more based on my YouTube persona of, you know, if I had to choose Pokemon to be on my team, it's more based on, you know, my stuff online. Ducklet probably isn't even my top 10 favorite Pokemon, you know, design wise or anything. I just really fucking like him because you guys like him, and it makes me happy that, you know, there's like this little joke going on with him on my channel that you guys like so much. I even included him in my channel banner. All of these Pokemon are actually included in my channel banner because of you guys. And lastly, we have Salandit. Now, we don't really know if Salandit has an evolution yet at this point in time in making the video. We don't know if Salandit has a pre-evolution or if he's a standalone Pokemon or what. We don't know anything about its stats. All we know is that it's a fire poison type and that I fucking love the guy. I mentioned in the video that right now he's my favorite Pokemon, and I think I sort of view him as just like a partner in crime with Scrafty, you know? Being honest, I could see him being on Team Skull's team in Pokemon Sun and Moon, which for those that don't know, Team Skull is the name of the evil team in Sun and Moon. I could see him being on their team, and I like it. The guy's cute. I really like his new ability. Corrosion, I think it is. Basically allows him to poison any type of Pokemon, but Pokemon with the ability like immunity and stuff like that won't be affected, so Gligar and Snorlax are fine. But how many Pokemon have the ability immunity? Come on now. I just love this guy because he's like a counter to Heatran, and if he gets an evolution, I'm not sure if I will like the evolution more than him. Of course I'll probably use the evolution more than actual Salandit, but Salandit is like one of those Pokemon that I could see myself getting as a pet, you know? Like there's your favorite Pokemon, and then there's a Pokemon you want as a pet. Scrafty's my favorite, but if I had to have a pet as a Pokemon, I'd have Salandit. And there you go. Those are my I guess that would be my team if I was a Pokemon trainer in the games. The people I'm gonna tag are Birdkeeper Toby, Spectre, and Whoopsar. Please make a video about this. Don't embarrass me by just ignoring me. I'll put the 4 questions in the description if they were too hard to remember. They're pretty simple. You just gotta sort of ask yourself those questions and answer them. Feel free to make a tag video of your own. I think it's interesting. Either way, that's enough of me rambling. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.